John, I know you had a bit of a rough road on the Ultimate Fighter. You had a couple opportunities, but you kind of said it yourself. Maybe people were saying you suck or whatever.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was my doppelganger. He just looks like me. I'm not that guy.
Well, how does it feel to come in here and kind of prove yourself and get an actual win in actual UFC?
It feels awesome to get an actual win in the UFC. It feels incredible. I might have proved the people that said I'm awesome right more so than proving myself. But yeah, it feels incredible.
Were you surprised that one of the judges scored that fight a draw?
No, not really. I maybe would have, yeah. Allan, like, when I got to the UFC, I'm like, shoot, there's like that grippy cage and whatever. It makes taking people down a lot harder and stuff. And it's a little different, yeah.
Yeah, obviously going through the show, with the land being around him, did you feel pretty confident in this matchup going in there?
Not really, because I'm like, shoot, I don't really know. I mean, he's 15-0, and he's beat a lot of tough guys. And some guys, they train differently than they fight. So I thought maybe like when it's a real fight, he's really a gamer. So I didn't know what to expect.
Were you happy with your performance in the fight?
No, I was really disappointed. I was getting a little, tired. Usually I don't get ever tired. But unfortunately, like a timing issue, like after the show, I had to go shear alpacas for 3 months. So I'm on the road, I'm just shearing all day, tackling llamas down and stuff. And then at the end of the day, I run over, try to find a gym in whatever state we're in and go train. But it's just not the same as being at your home gym. A lot of these gyms, like, they don't push you as hard. Even when I'm out of shape eating fast food, I can make it through a workout. But it's a little different ballgame. As soon as I got back to my gym, I was like, oh, I thought I was in shape. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But
is there a thought of maybe switching camps or going to like a permanent gym and just making, now that you're in the UFC now?
I have a permanent gym.
Yeah.
I just have a seasonal job for 3 months.
Right.
But the timing was terrible because right after the show I had to leave.
Right.
So it'd be nice if I could keep my job and work around it. But shoot, I don't have to now. If I can make $20,000 a year, I'm sad. I can squeak by this. I can live off this for a year.
Do you still plan on living in your van? Because that was sort of featured on the show and everything.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. It's cheap, right?
Yeah. That's good. What about here? Was it weird staying in a hotel as opposed to staying in the van?
No, it's nice. What?
Tell them where you slept.
Oh, I slept on the floor, but...
Okay, that's cool. And what's it been like, this journey? I mean, I'll even go back to last year when you fought Devontae Smith. People were counting you out in that fight. You've really overcome a lot to get here. Has that hit you yet, that you have this UFC victory and you're a mainstay in the UFC?
Well, fingers crossed, yeah.
Well, you got the win regardless.
Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. Getting paid to fight? What? We get paid to do this? It's incredible. So... yeah, it's unbelievable.
Now, back to you saying you slept on the floor. Was it that you didn't want to pamper yourself too much before a fight, or what was the reason?
Yeah, I feel I feel like it's a steady decline, right? Next thing you know, you start sleeping on beds. Next thing you know, you're crying watching The Notebook. It's just like I don't want to get weak.
Ahead of your second UFC fight, will you sleep in a bed?
No, I haven't slept on a bed since I was 6 years old. So it's just, I feel like that's the future. In the future, they're gonna sell like pieces of plywood. They gotta sell something, right? So they'll just sell you a piece of plywood. This is good for your back. Because think about it, like when you're laying on a bed, your back's like all supported by the cushion. I feel like your muscles should be like supporting all that. And I've never had any back problems, so I'm the experiment. We'll see.
Have you talked to a doctor about this?
What?
Have you talked to a doctor about this?
Doctors don't know anything. We'll see. In 40 years, if I don't have any back problems, you'll know I was right.
You're quite the character. What would you say is the most interesting thing about yourself?
I'm not very interesting, but I don't know. I keep winning somehow, even though I'm terrible. That's interesting. I like that, though.
It seemed like you had a lot of fun on this season of The Ultimate Fighter. What was your favorite moment from the series?
There were so many crazy things that didn't even make it on film.
I personally like Tough Talk, your skit with RJ.
Oh,
Little
yeah,
dwarf,
yeah.
That was hilarious. Great job.
It was pretty funny. The one guys, they stuck like like on the dishwasher that it was broken and it said like don't use dishwasher management or whatever. And the other team like the whole season they didn't use it. And they were so pissed when they found out it was like fake. But it just sat there the whole season.
I know this win's fresh, but when are you looking to get back in there? And is there anyone you want to fight on the roster?
I want to fight Joe Giannetti. I hate anytime I get a loss. I'm like, shoot. I know change one tiny little detail and it's a totally different fight. And I mean, people are justified in thinking I'm terrible, right? I went out there, I got choked out in 3 seconds. They're like, oh, obviously this guy has no jiu-jitsu. I'd like to prove that I have some jiu-jitsu. Like, okay, my striking is terrible, I'll give you that, but I have something. So I'd love to have a chance to redeem myself and get that fight back.
Regardless of the outcome tonight, you'd want to fight him next?
I don't care who wins. I'd like to fight him.
And
I'd love to.
How you celebrating tonight?
Nothing. I don't know.
You gonna go on the strip at all? Maybe sightsee a little bit, or?
I don't know. Maybe if my sister wants to, I'm gonna try to find some place to train.
How do you think Stipe wins tomorrow?
I really think like I don't see Cormier taking him down. I mean, I see Stipe maybe taking Cormier down. Maybe ground and pound, maybe knockout. I mean, I don't know.
Please tell me, how did you come up with your Instagram handle? Follow me online.
My friend was like, hey, you need to get on Instagram and whatever. I was like, I don't know. And he's like, I'll set you up for Instagram. So I was like, he's like, what do you want your name to be? And I was just, well, I need followers because I need people to follow me so that I can become famous and I can get in the UFC. So I was like, I'll just make it follow me, I'm blind. Like the blind leading the blind. So
as a fighter, when you hear Max Holloway got pulled out for those concussion-like symptoms, does that freak you out at all about the future?
No, I mean, I figure if you're like all messed up, you won't even know it anyway. So I'll just be happy. I used to work with this guy. He had Alzheimer's and whatever. He was hilarious. He'd stand up in the middle of Wendy's and start playing his harmonica. And like, I mean, as long as you enjoy your life, who cares, right?
Going back to the Lamzak ask, what's the most effective takedown? You do single legs, double legs when you take them down, and do you take it like the Rocky training in the woods? Do you use those moments to try to train yourself after working out?
It does give you a little confidence. When there's these things that are called granakas, they're called, and they're like this tall, and they're just wild, and like they'll jump like 6-foot fences. And like you have to run through the field and just wear them down, and eventually you catch a hold of them. They just buck around, drag you through the field. Eventually you take it down. But it gives you a little confidence, like, hey, I took this giant fire-breathing beast down with 4 legs. I should be able to take a guy down. But unfortunately, people are a little smarter, so it doesn't always work.
What has been the most exciting thing that you've done this week here in Las Vegas? Have you gone out and done anything interesting in your time?
I got to fight. No, I mean, pretty much I just like fighting. That's it. I'm really actually very boring. I just like to fight. And but after this, I'm going to help my friend. He has a rotten wooden sailboat. We're going to try to sail it to New York. So that's exciting.
Fix it up, though.
What?
You gotta fix it up, though, if it's rotten.
Well, I convinced him. I'm like, this is the only bit of time I have. So I convinced him, let's go now. So we'll see if we survive.
You were a little winded in the octagon after the fight. We didn't get to hear the full Alpaca, scream. Can you give us one now?
Oh, it's terrible. I'm really terrible at it. You gotta look up like online what they actually sound like. But it's like, it's like a warning call. They like try to let the other animals know there's danger. So, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm too hoarse. My voice is too low. It's really high pitched and scary. So.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you. Congrats.
Thank you.